I'm the man, yes sir, that killed the bare-handed so the people won't forget it. Getting money for I was legal to drink. I care what a broke nigga think.
Just like the pack of Lewis.
Look, everything I do so cold. I can do this, both eyes closed. Too short, I stay on my toes. About that guap boy, anything goes. Help the bear if we outside. Help the bear if we outside. Still tipping, baby, nothing changed. I'm still grinding over here, yeah. Still sliding through my own lane. Shorty, nothing funny over here. Dallas rain everywhere around me. Dream to get money. Made it through the storm, living sunny. Dreams came true, now we eating. I got more dreams to chase, gotta reach them. Trying to put a team together like the Hunger Games. Everybody grinding cause we all came from hunger pain.
Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul. What is up, my people? Today, coming with another wonderful episode of That's Right. Not gonna tell y'all no lies. It's on screen. We're getting into Hawkeye, that MCU goodness, them TV show greatness, but not by myself. All right, right over here, Nate, dog.
There we
Miller.
go.
No.
What's going on? Happy to be here.
Man. So before we get started, both of us saw Spider-Man. He couldn't come through yesterday, but I know he's got some thoughts. So I did want to give him the floor for some Spider-Man thoughts. We could talk about Spider-Man real quick, but I'll say let's do spoiler-free.
Yeah, I don't want to give any spoilers
because they don't know. It's not on the title.
I will just make it very short. Okay. I liked it a lot.
Right.
I had very high expectations and it exceeded them. And I don't really have anything negative to say about the film, and that is very unusual for me. Yeah, so
that's why I was like, oh,
yeah, go see it. Yeah, it was really good.
Okay, cool.
Also, I want people to go see it so that we can start talking about it.
Yes. Similar. Yes, we did the spoiler review yesterday, but there's still way more conversations to have because this movie opens up the door for a lot of stuff. Well acted, had a whole bunch of fun, and cheered a lot through it. Yeah. This is worth seeing. This is a really good one. So good, made me want to go back and watch the other Spider-Man as well. So yeah, had a lot of fun watching. Whole lot of fun. So speaking of a lot of fun, that's what Hawkeye's not having. All right. See, okay. So Hawkeye, his plan was gonna get Kate out of trouble. Right? There's the whole thing. Come here, take care of this Ronin stuff, get her out of trouble, and get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's the idea. There's been some detours, some
slight plan alterations, slight alterations of the plan.
Yeah, slight alterations. But where would you like to start on this episode?
I mean, I think we should start at the beginning probably and just talk about like the intro with Yelena and the other Black Widows. Mm-hmm. I thought that was really cool because we haven't really seen the perspective. We've seen the blip a lot of ways, but not from the perspective of somebody like getting blipped. So like to see them have them do that in like that whole continuous one shot was pretty cool. To show that like for them like no time passed at all.
It had been like a second.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know. Because the closest thing we might have seen is maybe Monica Rambeau returning, but we didn't see how long she was gone. I don't think. I think we just saw her wake up or come back, and that was pretty much it. But we didn't know. Oh, so for you guys, it was like a second. So now I understand. Kind of like people being like, who's this in my house? Or there was a statement from one of the Spider-Man movies. I think it was Far From Home when Aunt May said the lady thought she was like the other woman or something, and probably got her husband all hemmed up. But because I mean, think about it, it's been 5 years, and all of a sudden some lady shows up in the house like, who is this? Like, baby, I don't know who this woman is.
Yeah. Especially for kids too, like being gone for like 5 years is like that's a long time when you're young. Like come back and your classmates are 5 years older than you now, like, and you're still at the same grade.
Yeah, that's very, very weird. So yeah, seeing this play out, I was like, oh, so it was like basically I blinked and I was here. Like 2 seconds washing my hands and I'm like, where am I? And I like how they dropped that on us in a way where it's like, hold on, what's going on? Oh. Also, shouts out to the widow who kept it real. She was like, look, well, you can go and get some contract work. Stay right here. It's like, whoa, I just came back. I ain't trying to kill people. And what are you talking about? She was like, look, you know what I'm saying? You can get back to work. I got an extra room for you, till you get on your feet. Now, I figure the amount of money you make from killing people for hire, it's just maybe like one contract should get you on your feet. Like, I mean, it's not like, it shouldn't take too long. But at the same time, you don't want to do that. You just got back. You're disoriented. It's been 5 years.
It was a little aggressive how quickly she jumped to the. By the way, time to start killing. I can help you out with getting a few kills in if you need some cash.
Like she's just there to help.
She has a job and she's very good at it and she likes it. She's very enthusiastic.
Yeah, cause she was like, I'm not brainwashed. Well, how'd you get this house? I killed people for money. Like the funny thing is, I said that out loud when I was like, but she kills people for money. Like of course she has a nice house. Like.
But yeah, I thought it was a great way, especially with like how we were intro to Yelena with her like fighting. I thought it was cool to start the next episode like with giving us a catch up on kind of what happened to her. And then her scene with Kate in this episode, I thought was phenomenal. Like it was, both of them had incredible performances. But it was just a really, really good scene. Like it was funny and also it was kind of tense at the same time. They had like a really good kind of rapport with each other. So yeah, I was worried that because we had so many episodes without Yelena that she would just be like a short little like cameo or something, but based on this, I think they've done a great job already, and just like really 1 and a quarter of an episode, she's already made a pretty big impact on the show, and we've seen a good amount of her character too.
Oh, she definitely made an impact on this. Because hey, when I come to my house, nobody's in there. It's nice and empty, how it's supposed to be. When Kate came home, people in there cooking, using up the utensils, chilling out, eating up the mac and cheese, and then trying to act like you're cool. But I do give her respect for the Black Widow way. Like, hey, look, I'm not here to kill you. I'm not here to kill you. So like, me and you cool. Like, we ain't got. I ain't got no beef with you. Now your boy.
Yeah, if she wanted to kill her, she would have already. Like she said,
your boy got to go. But I mean, you cool. And it was it's a perfect example of one person kind of representing something for so many different people. Like, you know, for the public at large, Hawkeye's a hero. You know, his name is on the little the hero plaque or whatever you want to call it. You know, people like, oh, he's an Avenger. Kate, he basically saved her, like basically saved her life. You know,
absolutely.
So, you know, he's a hero, but to Yelena, you know, she ain't feeling him. But I'm pretty sure we'll figure out that, you know,
I think she's open to. I think she's open to discovering more, like trying to get more information about it. She's definitely, you know, determined, but I think she has a little bit more pause, you know, than she did before. I think that at least that part of the conversation I think was productive.
Yeah, and she'll find out. I'm pretty sure this episode coming up, because it's the finale. She'll find out, oh, okay, I was lied to. So, you know, I mean, hey, you know,
I mean, maybe that might be an arc for another movie or series or something too, right? Like we could see the groundwork, but I could also see her like going through with it, and then like them having Hawkeye die, and everyone's like, no, you know. Again, I don't think they're going to, because it's like Christmas time and Disney's cowards. Do it,
Disney. No, Disney are cowards.
No,
Disney just gave us, well, along with Sony, just gave us a very good movie.
Yes.
Right? I would actually go ahead and say Sony has the best Marvel movie of the year. But at the same time, I do understand that Disney does, you know, they have a broader audience. You know, so
I don't want to digress too much, but the problem with that statement is that it's not a Sony film. It's an MCU film made by Sony, because they follow the MCU formula. That's what made the movie. I mean, it's not what made it good, but that's like the core essence of the movie, is like it follows the MCU formula. So I do agree with you, but with a very big caveat, big asterisk.
Yeah, it's
a big
Marvel.
butt on the
well,
end.
I guess you could say Marvel has the best Marvel movie of the year, but you know what I mean.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Everybody won in that one.
Yeah. Everybody got some points on the board.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody ate off that one.
Yeah. And everybody.
I mean, I don't want him to die, but I'm just saying to see like that arc of where Yelena would go off the deep end from like doing something bad and then be redeemed later, I could see happening, but I don't think they're gonna go that direction. I think you're right. She'll probably see the light, by the end of the season, and then she'll be set on a path to go after somebody else, probably maybe even Fisk or something like that.
Okay. And
maybe she'll be with Echo. Maybe they'll do a team up in that show. That could be pretty cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that. They've definitely already met. Shouts to Nerdy Brew says, I think this is the weakest Disney Plus Marvel show. I hope it has a strong finish. Wow.
Crazy.
The weakest, I don't know. You know what, Nerdy Brew, are you free to come on? Let me know if you're free to come on right now. I'm interested to see your thought process on that. But people are also in the chat laughing about the one fork and, you know, putting the sauce in. Like, I mean, it was full disrespect. It was full disrespect.
Oh, absolutely. She had her feet up too.
Yeah, but I mean, she didn't kill it.
Yeah, but also too, this is important for Kate's development, because, you know, this is again a reminder that even though she is talented, she's still a small fish in a big pond. Yeah,
it's like once you step into
this is her first, you know, the kind of interaction like this. Not like I'm sure Yelena's done it dozens of times, Hawkeye's done it hundreds of times, right? Like you got to start somewhere. And this, luckily enough for her, at least it was non-lethal. But yeah, she definitely felt the threat for sure.
Yeah, it it definitely goes to show like you have no idea how deep this mess goes. Like once you step into that like secret society, assassin, once you step into that like realm, like dude, basically buy a burner for your burner for your burner. Then like scrub everything, get rid of your fingerprints, do the whole Men in Black thing where you get rid of your fingerprints and all. Like nothing, you can't. You're like nothing. You got to be a ghost. Like you can't only spend cash. Like don't like you can't have anything. No Facebook, Instagram. You can't have nothing. All right, no TikTok. This all that's got to be gone. And that you can only leave messages or tell people messages by leaving like you have to mark a park bench, and then when they see it, then they know to look for the flower pot in the window, and then they can get the piece of paper from the like. See, that's what you got to do. All right, and Kate's not ready for that.
No.
But I do like that. At the end, she drops a crazy bomb on Kate. Like, you wanted to know who hired me, right? Your mama. Your mama hired me.
Yeah.
With one of the worst cell phone picture videos I've seen it. But once again, you got to buy that burner for your burner for your burner. So it's not like you can't have an iPhone 5 for cash. They ain't gonna give you that.
Right.
You got to get like the old crusty, like, you know, Motorola StarTAC or something. You got to get like something crusty, and then, you know, that's why it didn't look good. You know, you can't have the new fresh.
She just has like, you know, like a 5-year-old phone still.
But that opens up a whole lot. And with that, I want to jump to Hawkeye for a second. Hawkeye, this episode seemed pretty cool. Seemed like he was finally trying to get things sort of under control. He's chilling with the LARPers, trying to get a little relaxation. We do know the suits are ready, so that's a good thing, which lets us know, of course, finale, everybody's gonna be suited up and, you know, look nice. Like, come on, we know that. We know.
Yeah.
But the statement between him, from him to his wife about like, hey, is definitely the guy that we were scared about. That's interesting. You know, that's interesting, that whole situation of like, hold up. So this is why y'all been on the low all these years? Huh. Because Marvel is essentially kind of like backdating, you know, the Netflix into this for years, apparently. Unless I read that wrong.
We don't know. We don't know exactly. We don't know exactly. The creators of this show said that next week we will know for sure if the Netflix stuff is canon or not, which I would assume means yes, but also like to what level we don't know. I read that as not that they were like in hiding from Fisk specifically.
Oh, okay.
I read that as he is like, it's like another threat level, right? Like he's in charge of all of that crime that's going on there. So Clint knows that he can only operate for so long and disrupt so much before word travels up the food chain and it gets to Fisk, and then it moves on from just a street level thing to, you know, the next tier up where you've actually got like a villain, if that makes any sense. Like that's how I read it. Like they would be, especially if, you know, we find out that this stuff is canon, like they would be aware of who he is and like what he's done and stuff like that, right? So and I would also assume, especially when we find out we already knew, but when, you know, Ronin, when he's talking about being Ronin and stuff, like he knew who he had to have known who he was going after, right? He was probably trying to work his way up the food chain and just, you know, that pulled him out of it before that happened.
That's dope. And yeah, thinking about that, if it's displayed that way, I think this is really dope, especially for the street level folks. You know, like Kingpin, and the actor Vincent D'Onofrio
I love him so much.
Like,
He's one of my favorites.
Wow. I remember when they casted him, I was like, the Law and Order guy?
I was not sure.
I was like, the Law and Order guy? When I saw him, when they did that scene where he put that dude in the car door, I was like, all right, he's crazy. Let's go. Yeah. Everybody pack up your stuff. Kingpin coming. Kingpin coming.
So one thing that I have definitely noticed throughout the MCU is there's certain characters, certain portrayals by actors that you can tell that they really looked at the character and tried to figure out who the character was and like what they wanted and stuff, not necessarily like what they look like in the comic and stuff. And I think that's what's made some of the best adaptations. That's why I think it's so good, is because, you know, obviously he's not this giant round dude, but like he's a large man, but it's also just the way that he plays it. Like his performance just gives off that air of someone who's very powerful and, you know,
and like well connected and everything.
Yeah, exactly. Like having it together, and the way he plays it when he loses it, like the way that he plays conserved to then when he loses his temper, it's like, oh shit.
When he told I'll jump to the super chats real quick, but when he told the brother that was the journalist, and shouts out, unfortunately he had to go. Was it Eric Ulrich or something like that? David Ulrich, whatever his name was. When he was like, "No, I'm not here to intimidate you. I'm here to kill you." I was like, "Yo."
Oh, Ben.
Ben. I was like, man, this dude, they need to lock this brother up quick.
Yeah.
He's a problem. Big shout out first to the Nerdy Brew for the super chat, $5. Big shout out to you. He says, showing love, I take it back. Hawkeye is better than WandaVision. So then a big shout out to Silhouetted Animator with a $5 super chat saying, Daredevil is either partially non-canon or Vanessa left Fisk for his and her sake. So because you got the whole Vanessa thing. I need to go back and watch.
Yeah, I need to rewatch it too. It's been a while.
I rewatched earlier this year. I rewatched season 1 of Punisher just because, man, wow. And season 2 is crazy, but yeah, that's season 1. Ooh. But yeah, I need to go back and check out Daredevil again.
Just short sidebar.
Okay.
What do you think is the weakest of the Marvel shows?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Or well, Nerdy Brew, let us know what you think is the weakest. I think he's saying WandaVision is the weakest.
He's saying, yeah.
The weakest of the Marvel shows. Maybe, man, I hate to say, especially due to some recent knowledge, there's things changing around things, but maybe What If might be the weakest, but there's some stuff I really love about What If, and especially since there's things changing around that. But Wanda, the thing I didn't really like about Wanda is I felt that Wanda could have wrapped up the first 2 episodes into the 3rd episode, and I feel like we wasted time in the first 2 episodes. But
I don't agree with
that was just me personally. I know a lot of people love those first 2 episodes. But
Yeah,
since
I think
we
the opposite.
Since we kind of see them through the monitors to a certain degree on the 3rd episode, I'd prefer it that way, and just maybe have the 3rd episode be the first episode that was, say, like a little bit longer. And then I think we could have kind of,
because part of it is is maintaining the delusion, right? Like part of the plot device is that you don't know what's going on until it's revealed, right? like you're the whole first 2 episodes, you're supposed to wonder why does it look like this TV stuff. My issue with WandaVision, even though I do like it has a lot of good parts for me, is just the ending. It just kind of like it loses. I liked the beginning, I liked the plan, I liked the theme, I liked the message, and then it just kind of, they're like, all right, well, we got to end it, and it just kind of like ended. I think the weakest one is Falcon and Winter Soldier. I thought it was very mid, very forgettable. There was really nothing that happened, really. I have no desire to rewatch it at all. You know, it wasn't bad. It's just, of the shows, I would say it's the only one where I don't have like a highlight or like a really good moment that I really liked.
I don't know. For me, that one's high for me, but I love all the action in it. That one's a high one for me. Like they opened up that show. I think also Disney opened up that show to be like, look, we got money, because that first episode when he was flying through the canyon and stuff, I was like, oh, this is my show. So that, plus the fact that, you know, we don't get too many brothers out here, so that I dug it. On Wanda, one thing that did upset me is like at the end it was just like, all right, well, take it easy. Like nothing. Yo, these people were almost begging for her to kill them. She held these people hostage for like, and everybody was just like, all right, well, peace out. And then was it Shield or whatever just let the nuke go? I'm like, y'all have y'all know y'all just like, what are we gonna say about your boy? Like this mass, I don't know, incompetence or neglect or something. Somebody need to get fired. Like y'all lost essentially a nuke, and we just gonna like go about our business. And then at the end, when Monica was like, they don't know what you went through. I was like, yeah, I mean, I get it, but they went through stuff too. Like being held hostage mentally. Like I feel like we're brushing this off because we still want her to be a hero of some sort, instead of being like, hey, we can dig a little deeper and be like, yeah, she, you know, she's a hero, but you know, she got some stuff with her. Let's get back to Hawkeye. I didn't mean to sidetrack us that hard, but
yeah. I couldn't resist.
But I'd probably say maybe what if. What if had some fun, but maybe what if. So here with Echo out there, you know, even Hawkeye still trying to like smooth it out, because he could have killed everybody there if he wanted to, but did he?
So no. One of the issues I have with this episode is that whole like speech that he has with Natasha, where he's like, "Oh, forgive me for what I'm about to do," and then he just does the same thing that he's been doing the entire series. Like, you didn't do anything different. I thought like, oh shit, he's actually gonna go there and kill these dudes, and then nope, that didn't happen.
Yeah,
he just knocked them out, and then was
I thought that's what was going to happen too.
I'll get you next time. Like, the fight scene though was awesome. Her dumping the clip, and that's why never mind. I don't want to do that. The choreography is really good. No, I don't want to do that. I will just say very briefly, I'm surprised that you enjoyed the action in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. There was a couple good fight scenes, but I thought a lot of those fight scenes were way over edited. I grew up watching kung fu movies and like, you know, like the Jean-Claude Van Damme movies and stuff like that. Like, for me, if you have like too many edits in a fight scene, I'm just out already. Like,
I mean, I get you, and trust me, I grew up on those films too. But I mean, there was some cool action in Falcon and Winter Soldier, like the way he used his wings. They're like,
I don't know. Maybe I'll go watch some of the fights again. Maybe I'll.
And the Dora Milaje came through.
But anyways, the choreography here was fantastic. Both Echo and whoever was in the Ronin suit, because I know it was not him. It was really good. I really liked the detail of like her blocking the sword with her with her prosthesis and like the clang against metal, like that was cool.
Yeah.
That was a nice touch. Yeah, they set her up to be pretty badass, and like, you know, Clint has more of that experience, so he's a little bit better, but she's still deadly, as evidenced by her almost killing him at the end.
And the save from Kate, you know, that was nice. That was nice. The save from Kate was nice. Even though he told her, like, hey, look, you know, you can't be... Well, I guess, you know, she came in handy, so, you know, respect. I wonder how safe Echo is now, because that seed of, unsure, that unsure feeling, that distrust, that seed of mistrust between her own crew, because he was right. He was like, yo, where was your people at? If I did this, why wasn't, where was this person? Where was that person? And yeah. I wonder if she'll be all right, because she might ask the right questions to the wrong person, i.e. Fisk. Especially since at the end, they pan out and have like the outline, the body outline and stuff. That was kind of dope. I like that. I thought that was cool.
I think she would know though, like, not to, get.
But she's driven by rage now. Like, she's mad. Like, her dad did. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I mean, at this point, like, I at first I thought the Echo show was going to be like her working for Kingpin, but now I think it's going to be her trying to take down Kingpin or something like that.
Oh, okay. I can see that.
Or at least like working with somebody else begrudgingly to like bring him down, and then ending up being like, well, I kind of like being a hero, kind of a thing.
I kind of like being a hero. I mean, hey, look, who doesn't like being a hero? If I want to ask, if Fisk is in, do you think it's all in? Besides the person we don't want in. Don't nobody want this person in. The trick is, give me everyone from his show except him.
The thing is, they're gonna take what they want, and it's not, I doubt it's not gonna be like 100% canon like the movies are, because all that stuff wasn't made in accordance with the continuity that they have now, and like it's not like they can go back and retcon it. So unless we get like a multiversal plot where like this Fisk actually came to us from an alternate timeline or something, then sure, then all that previous stuff can be canon in a different world. But for it to be canon here, like they reference the Avengers like a little bit, but still, like, with how cautious they are with the movies and the timeline and so far with the shows and making sure everything matches up, there would just be a lot of like holes and stuff that would be created. So what I would assume is it's just the general stuff of it is canon, and then we will, like, anything that's changed existed. I'm sure they will make it apparent to us. I'm sure that they will assume that most people did not watch the other shows, and there'll be probably some Easter eggs for those of us that did. But
they'll be like, or if we did watch the shows, you probably don't remember every detail about it. So, hey, this person does exist, and their lives are canon. Like, the fact that this person went to, they went to school and they had a job. But like everything that went on in Netflix, don't ask no questions. It doesn't. Forget that.
Yeah, I mean, the last thing they want to do is drive people to Netflix to go watch those stuff.
That is, especially with,
they want to keep you on Disney Plus.
Yeah, keep you on Disney Plus. Shouts to Geeky Andre said there's going to be a lot of different factions clashing in the finale. Because we what, 4? All right, we got Echo, her crew. If that's really her crew, because now we found out there's at least a little, fracture there, possibly. You got Kingpin, you got Hawkeye and Kate, then you got Yelena, and then I guess Tracksuit Mafia, maybe, unless they just kind of roll under Echo. So you got approximately 4 to 5. Oh, I forgot. And the mom, if she decides to fully follow along with Kingpin, or she has her like own plans. Because when the mom was talking, what was it? Last episode or maybe episode before last, we were both like, Mama seemed weird. Like I can't put my finger on it, but she ain't acting right.
The other thing I didn't even think about until like in the middle of the week was that she gets so upset about like her doing the dangerous stuff with Hawkeye and shit. Mm-hmm. But aren't you the one, if their dad is dead and she was a single parent, aren't you the one who took her to archery to be a competition archer? Aren't you the one who took her to martial arts to learn martial arts? Aren't you the one who
also, like, fighting
facilitated her to essentially be a weapon? Like she didn't do that on her own. So there's even more sus stuff there when you like really think about it. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously within an episode we know that like she's behind it, and it just makes me wonder about the Jack thing. Like, was that to try to like throw Kate off? Like, or is he just really being arrested for something else that she didn't know about? Like,
I'm guessing maybe Jack was supposed to be her patsy, I guess. Like, all right, I'll keep Jack
that could be
close,
too, yeah.
Because he's kind of rich and eccentric and stuff. And what I can do is set up these accounts and everything. So if someone comes after me, I can be like, oh no, I didn't know my husband was doing this. And then they arrest him. And then I can still do all the like the evil, sinister stuff I want to do.
That makes sense.
Nerdy Brew comes in with another super chat saying, not only does Kate's mom wear red like the Tracksuit Mafia, but also the hand. Never know. You never know. I love Nate. Whenever Nate washes his face, it's gonna be a good day. Because Nate.
I don't think I sincerely hope that we don't get any hand ninja stuff anytime soon. I feel like Marvel has the presence of mind to have watch Defenders and go, if we're going to bring this stuff in, the first thing we're going to do is not ninjas. Like, I'm not saying we'll never see the hand ninjas in MCU. I love hand. Like, I want to see hand ninjas when we get Wolverine in here. That's what I want to see. But for right now, maybe no ninjas. Just, I just what you say ninjas and you say Marvel and I get like PTSD. It's like the hole. There's a hole in the city and ninjas are coming out of it.
Hold on. To Marvel's credit, all right, the ninjas were cool for a second. It was just the digging the hole. What were they digging the hole for? I still can't remember what they were digging the hole for.
Something evil.
What were they digging? Hey, to the chat. In Marvel Netflix, what were they digging the hole for? I remember you had Sigourney Weaver. She was there. It was digging a hole, and I have no idea. Then you had that cool dude that was like literally like fish filleting a bear or something in his kitchen. Like, that was a cool scene. Then like none of these dudes really held it down. I thought these dudes were gonna be like the 5 deadly venoms, and then like, oh man, yeah. It wasn't the greatest. But shouts to Ma Dukes, the old lady. She ain't play. The old lady, the one with the cane, like, she was not playing in these streets. I remember Iron Fist went up to her. She was like, "Boy, please, Yo, shouts. I can't remember her name, but she was dope. She was dope. The old lady with the cane, she was on point. Oh, Madame Gal. Thank you, Nerdy
yeah,
Brew.
yeah, that's her name.
Yeah, yo, Madame Gal ain't Playboy.
Yeah.
Look, whenever you got an old lady with a cane, and she just be like talking mad straightforward, don't mess with her, yo. Don't mess with her. It's not gonna be good for you. So I feel you. No, ninjas might not be the best. Might not work out. We've kind of been down that road, and it was kind of cool for a second, especially in Daredevil. But then when we got to Defenders, it was, varying degrees of success. Maybe ease it on back a little bit. But, like you said, Wolverine, that could be cool.
I'm not saying never. I think the Hand has very cool characters. I mean, I totally know why they use the Hand, because it's fantastic for a Daredevil. There's a lot of character interactions there that coincide, so it was really cool. But yeah, I don't think that they would do that. But the Red, I think she probably has some ties to the Tracksuit Mafia. I mean, outside of Kingpin, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe they're just trying to tell us that she's a bad guy by wearing red. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm really curious. They've done a great job of setting a lot of things up and telling us characters who want things and showing us like how they want to get them, but we still don't know exactly how everything's gonna wrap up. I'm still hoping it's a long episode. I'm not sure, but man, I'm really excited to see how they wrap this up. Like, there's a lot of different threads going, and especially with all they made a lot of references to like Die Hard. I think it's going to be a very actiony, explosion-y ending. I have a feeling we're going to get like the first like 20 minutes or whatever will be like all exposition of setting up what's happening, and then the last part is just going to be like a non-stop like action thing. That'd be my guess.
Now, I will say this before we wrap. I'll say this: I feel like one episode's not going to be enough. I already kind of feel it. Do you feel the same way? Because I feel okay.
I
we got one episode to wrap.
That if they do an extended episode, not a short one, I could see it being okay. But also too, like, I thought the same thing with like Loki, right? But not only do I think they had a strong finale, but they were setting up for another season. So there's also the possibility that we get Hawkeye season 2, and it's just Kate as Hawkeye. Right? Okay. Like, that's totally possible. So we could get an ending that doesn't tie up everything. It ties up, the Christmas plot and everything, like, Clint having to get home and the Ronin stuff, but not necessarily all of the threads that we have seen. And then it may be like
season 2.
Hawkeye will return in season 2, right?
Okay. All right. Makes sense. Because I was thinking, all right, we got
Silhouette Animator.
We got to at least bring in Kingpin. We got to wrap up Ma Dukes. We got to wrap up Echo. We got to wrap up.
We don't have to wrap up Echo because Echo's getting a show. Remember?
True. Okay. Yeah. So Echo can kind of be like, until next time. And, we don't have to wrap up Yelena because she'll be, around in, I don't know, Black Widow 2 or something. She'll be in something. Which I actually, even though I was not plus on Black Widow, I thought that movie was mid and should have been much better.
This is what I don't. This makes no sense to me. The action in Black Widow was phenomenal,
but I don't know. For some reason, I just wasn't pumped. It's like I didn't care. I was like watching it, like trying to care, but I didn't, and it's weird. Outside of the first meeting between Black Widow and Taskmaster, I thought that fight was cool. Like Taskmaster matching the moves, that was super cool to me.
Taskmaster's the worst part of that movie because it's not really Taskmaster, and they should.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's not really Taskmaster, which is kind of like
that part sucks. Yeah,
it's kind of like but even though I wasn't up on Black Widow like that, I'm very interested in the Black Widow too, with Yelena, to see where that might go. So that's something that I am interested in. Or if they do, a show with Black, I don't know. I have no idea what.
Well, with her specifically, we have to resolve her getting hired by Val, right? Which is the same thing that we saw happen to what's his name? It's not Rick Flag.
U.S. agent,
yeah,
because Elaine is out here recruiting folks. So as long as she doesn't do the dance, I guess she'll be all right. But the life that Yelena will live dealing with her might drive some friction between her and heroes, I guess. Maybe. If she wants to call herself a hero. So
I think she will.
We'll see on that one. We'll see.
She's I mean, she's just gonna replace Natasha. I'm pretty positive that's just gonna be her role.
Word. So final thoughts? What any final words before this finale we're gonna get into this week?
I don't know. I'm excited. I think if they stick the landing, this is the best show we've seen so far.
Okay.
If they don't stick the landing, then it's not. But either way, it's been, even if the landing is, if the finale sucks, there's still a lot of good stuff here. And I wouldn't be that mad.
It'll suck.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, if it does suck, like, the rest of the season, in my opinion, is good enough that it's still like it wouldn't ruin the whole season. I don't think so.
Right.
So like, I'm very excited to see how it's gonna wrap up. And yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Especially with the Kingpin stuff, like they dropped like right at the end. Like, I don't know what to think. Like,
my only thoughts is, please let the Kingpin. I know this is Disney Plus, but please let the Kingpin just. Just give us like a warning before the episode, like the epilepsy thing or something. Like, give us something and just be like, hey, look, all right, y'all, we know this is Disney, but look, check it.
Nope.
All right, it's gonna be some real stuff.
Not gonna happen. Will not happen. But you know what? Maybe we can cross our fingers and make prayers to Mickey Mouse that Disney will put Echo on Hulu, and then maybe there he can throw car doors and beat the crap out of people in prison and stuff like that.
Man, that prison scene where he sets up Punisher, that just was crazy.
Yeah, I think he can still be menacing and imposing without necessarily going R-rated.
Okay.
Not to say that I want to see the character like never do anything like that, but I think, especially building off of knowing it's the same one, like, and it's a connected universe, it would make sense. He doesn't break into violence every time he gets mad at someone in a boardroom.
You're right.
He's not dumb. He's not blinded by rage. So I totally think that we could get away with him still being that Kingpin character without losing any of that, without having to like adjust a rating or anything.
All right, I got you. So yeah, that's pretty much. I just want to see Kingpin do something Kingpin-like, maybe, or maybe they can just cut the frame, like look somewhere else, and you hear somebody go, help, and then we know, like, oh, he got Kingpin.
What I will say is, watching the new Spider-Man movie made me even more excited to see this finale and maybe wonder what's going to happen. So
because there's so much out there that changes.
There's a lot. Yes.
Now I will say one thing with the Loki thing. Once we decide that there's a multiverse for real, like in the MCU, like the gavel is down, there's a multiverse, it's gonna be dope, but it's about to get convoluted. It's about to get crazy. and convoluted, but in a goodish way. Just
yes and no. I still think they're gonna be on the reserve side of that stuff.
Okay.
Because you got to ease audiences into these kind of things. We're just barely dipping our toes.
Is the final post credit available online? Did they release that for everyone to see? Right? Is that
don't
on YouTube?
So
okay, maybe. All right. Well, okay then. All right. Well, yeah. I just think that in some new media, I think that they're just saying, "Hey, look, we hope you've been watching," because
there's a lot of spoilers abound. So I would definitely recommend trying to avoid that stuff.
Yeah, just go see. Look, watch Hawkeye. Go see Spider-Man, and then we'll get right here. All right, we'll talk then. All right, so before we get out of here, shouts out to Jessen King, Geeky Andre, Janine, Silhouetted Animator, Shango Zulu, Malcolm Lee, RJ the Nerdy Brew. Shouts out for the super chats for Nerdy Brew and Silhouetted Animator. And right over here, the homie, Nate Miller. Where can they find you?
Oh, shit. It's a long day. You can find me everywhere at Dog Like Nate with 2 G's. Everywhere.
So, with that said, NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all in places, TikTok or whatever. Look, just find me and then just subscribe it or like it or follow it or share it, do all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to share, because just about once a week or every other week, I'm hearing, hey, I hit the bell and YouTube ain't tell me nothing. So look, I'm just saying, look, I need your help, all right? Because YouTube ain't helping. All right? They ain't helping a brother out. The HBO program needs to be in full effect, all right? So share this to your friend. You know, your brother, your grandmama, she retired, she ain't doing nothing. She can watch NERDSoul all day. Then you can be like, Grandma, look, when I came over for Christmas and I wanted to talk, now you know Marvel stuff. Because now you've been watching NERDSoul, so now you know what's going on. Now we can chill. We can vibe with it. You know what I'm saying? She ain't doing nothing. She just your grandma ain't doing nothing but just kicking it. All right, she ain't got nothing else to watch. You know what I'm saying? Go on, watch this. She ain't watching nothing but game shows. All right. Anyway, we're gonna leave y'all with PL Parker Lewis, Arcatron, some dope music.
Trying to get grandma hooked on YouTube.
Oh man. Man, because you know what's gonna happen. Your grandma will get hooked on YouTube. Then she won't be watching like commentary channels or like, DIY channels. She'll be stuck on some kind of like conspiracy channels.
Yeah.
Then she'll be caught.
She starts watching your show, and then 3 months later she's watching Joe Rogan, and you're like, "What happened, Grandma?"
Like, no, Grandma, no. Then she'll be like, "What are you wearing that mask for? You don't need to wear that mask. Just eat healthy. You'll be fine." Ooh, I'm gonna leave that alone, guys. Look, just
can we leave on NY High Sign?
Yes, NY High Sign, and then what else?
Mr. Jason, or you?
Oh, Jason Reeves, Pac Sampson. No. You
gonna do Chaka, Mr. Jason, and Mr. Davis? Are you?
Yes, I already did. Don't forget Changa. They met their goal for Kickstarter. It's dope. It's over. We'll see y'all. Say bye.
Peace.
We out, y'all.
Bye.
Until next time, we out.
I'm the man, yes sir, that killed a bear barehanded so the people won't forget it. Getting money for our label to drink. I care what a broke nigga think.
Just like the Parker Lewis.
Look, everything I do so cold. I can do this, both eyes closed. Too short, I stay on my toes. About that guap boy, anything goes. Help the bear if we outside. Help the bear if we outside. Still tipping, baby, nothing changed. We still grinding over here, yeah. Still sliding through my own lane. Shorty, nothing funny over here. Dallas rain everywhere around me. Dream to get money. Made it through the storm, living sunny. Dreams came true, now we eating. I got more dreams to chase, gotta reach them. Trying to put a team together like the Hunger Games. Everybody grinding cause we all came from hunger.